Hey guys, Giulio here. Look, running a business is hard work and it's a lot of stress. And if we add in everything happening around us at the moment, those stress levels are heightened. Studies have shown, and also when I draw from my own experience and journey, that when you're under constant levels of stress, it can put you into a pattern of anxiety. Then when you get caught in that pattern of anxiety, it can put you into a place of depression. So what happens when you get to that place? Well, you start to shut down. You stop focusing on the business and its needs. You stop focusing on your family and their needs, even your own personal needs. You stop having those conversations at work, exploring those new opportunities, having conversations with friends. Then when you start to recognize that you're not taking action in these areas of your life, it puts you into a deeper place of anxiety and then sends you further down depression, and you end up in a downward spiral. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's a leading neuroscientist, has said science has proven that the hormones that are released under stress actually downgrade your genes and can cause illness and disease. So now not only are we hurting ourselves mentally, but we could be damaging ourselves physically. Now it's important to realize that these stress responses, stress triggers are coming from a past traumatic event that's happened in our life. And we're not always conscious or aware of what these patterns are. And so they're generally triggered from that stress response. And this is about how it works. So let's say you want to try something new in the business or try something new in your personal life. So that triggers that stress. Now your brain goes into a protection mode, right? So it wants to try and protect you from going down this perceived path of pain. And it'll go all the way back to this negative experience that you had, and it's going to bring it to the forefront of your mind. It's going to say to you, hey, remember last time you tried something new and scary? You ended up anxious, depressed, and even sick. Well, I'm going to remind you of that right now so that you don't go down that perceived path of failure or pain. Then what we start to do, we start to use that negative experience as our gauge. Right? We use that as our responder of whether we move forward or we don't. And 9 times out of 10, we don't, because we're convincing ourselves that we're saving ourselves from pain, right? We're saving ourselves from the perception of loss. So these negative responses that we're using that every day in our lives to dictate the decisions that we make or we don't make are really born from this false sense of security that we're trying to create for ourselves. Now, the Business and You program that I developed is a one-on-one program where we come up with the tools and tactics so that we can navigate through these situations. Now, these situations are going to come up all the time when you're running a business, because you've always got to try something new. You've always got to develop and grow. So when we can understand what these patterns are and put the tools in place that we can help manage through it, it'll help us make more concise and more measured decisions for when we're moving forward. Now, it's a one-on-one 8-week program, and I've spread it over the 8 weeks because I don't want to add to that stress. And during that time, we're going to explore, we're going to unpack all these negative beliefs that you're living on, all these limiting beliefs that you're using to guide how you're operating at the moment. We're also going to unpack the business, right? Because we want to try and find any blind spots that are hidden in there. Now, these blind spots are generally born from those negative patterns that we've been holding on to. Now, it's important to understand that your personal life and your business life are connected, right? If you're thriving in one, you're going to be thriving in the other. And if you start to suffer in one, it's going to bring you down in the other. I mean, who's ever been at work, had a really bad day, and then we've brought that negative emotion home with us? I know I've done it, right? So it's a recurring pattern that we hold on to. We create these roles for ourselves, and that is potentially holding you back from developing the business further, growing it, and trying something new. Now, the program is for people who have been in business for a long time, and you're kind of aware that something's holding you back and something's not right, or it's even for people who are looking at starting up a new business, and you've got to get through those stress triggers and those fear barriers, and we've got to start to look at, well, how are those triggers that we've got going to dictate how you move forward with this business? Now, there's an offer I'd like to put out there in light of everything that we're going through. So from now until the end of the year, whoever signs up to the course will get 20% off. Now that's almost $1,300 worth of savings that we can now reinvest into this amazing new business that, together with me guiding you, we're going to use all this new wisdom and knowledge that we have about you and the patterns that you have, and we're going to rebuild this amazing business to be aligned with your true purpose and vision. Now, click the link below and book in for the free discovery call. Let's see and let's make sure that this program is right for you. Now, the opportunity is there. Don't let the stress responses and stress triggers now come up and potentially hold you back from exploring this opportunity. So click the link below, book in a call, let's have a talk, and let's look at how we can move you past these responses.